Good day folks, Sean here from Air Photography. In today's video, what we're going to be doing is testing the new DJI RC, and we're going to be flying it with this guy here, the Mavic 3. Recently it's been made compatible with a firmware update, and I just want to test it out to see what the flight experience is like. Now that you can purchase this separately, it's going to be a popular choice for many people. Really, for the most part, it's a really good controller, built-in screen. It's got 700 nits, so it's not super bright like the RC Pro. Now 700 nits isn't too bad, and if you're using something like an iPhone, you know how dim an iPhone can get on a hot summer day. It almost becomes unusable, so something like this might be a great option. And the best part is it's $309, so it is affordable for most people. I find it curious that they decided to make it compatible with the Mavic 3 first. I thought maybe they would have gone with the Air 2S or even the Mini 2. We don't know if those are going to be compatible with it or not, but hopefully they will be at some point. A couple things I'm going to be looking for. Not so much the flight control, because it should be the same on all RCs. Mainly what I'm going to be looking for is the FPV feed, if there's any stutter or jitter in it, if there's any kind of lag or delay. The other thing I'll be testing out are some of the intelligent flight modes to see how it performs, if the controller, this cheaper controller, will bog down at all. On top of that, I will be doing a screen recording, so that'll be a good test as well, as doing a screen recording uses a lot of the power of the controller. So if there's any issues there, that should surface then. So anyways, with all that said, let's just get the drone up and we'll go for a quick flight. Okay, so we're all set up here. I've already had the controller bound to the drone. I did that at home before I came out. Now, if you want to know how to do that, stick around till the end of the video and I will do a quick demonstration of that. But it looks like we're good to go here. We've got 10 satellites. Our home point has been set already. But I'm going to wait for a few more satellites before we take off here. And yeah, and then we'll just do a quick test flight. So we have 12 satellites now. I am kind of sitting under a tree in some shade here, so I might just get it up and move it out into the open field there. So let's go ahead and we'll put it up in the air here.
Takeoff. Please check it on the map.
Looks like we have a train coming through. So might get a little noisy here while the train is passing by. And yeah, so far so good. And what a difference. I know if any of you have been following my channel, I have a range problem with my Mini 3, but you know, with this RC and the Mavic 3, there's no signal issues at all. Yeah, and so far I'm pretty pleased with the smoothness of the FPV feed. There's no jitter, there's no lag. And that's with me doing a screen recording, and sometimes that's when you can run into those problems. Yeah, so far so good. Definitely, if you are thinking of getting a smart controller, this might be a better option for you than the RC Pro. The RC Pro is fairly expensive, $1,200 if you're in the US. I believe if you're in Canada, it's like $995 US, something like that. It's a little cheaper, but still, you know, fairly pricey for what it is. And just to let you know here, we're only 400 meters away, but I am not even pointing directly at the drone. I'm probably at a 90-degree angle to it, and as you can see there, we still have a good RC strength. So a lot of people were worried that this remote is very directional, but as you can see there, it's not. I'm pointing not quite in the opposite direction. Oh, we had a little bit of a break up there, but not bad. So yeah, I'm just going to go back over to this bridge over here, and then I'm going to start some of the intelligent modes. We'll do a point of interest. Maybe we'll try spotlight, maybe a quick hyperlapse. So now I've got to change it down to 4K 30, just so we can use the focus track features. And I'm going to go ahead and select the bridge. So we'll start here with a point of interest. I'm going to hit record, and we'll set the speed, and we'll hit go. There we go there. Yeah, everything looks like it's working good. There's no lag. Let's go ahead here and we're going to send it the other direction. Just slow it down a little bit. Yeah, so far, so good. So now I'm just going to leave it in spotlight, and we'll do some flying around, and we'll see how well it keeps that bridge in center of screen. I'm going to put it over into cine mode. Yeah, so far I'm very impressed. I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be really stuttery and the feed was going to be a little jittery maybe, but it's been pretty smooth. I'm actually really impressed. So yeah, that looks good. We'll go backwards. That should slowly start to reveal the horizon. There we go there. Okay, so we're going to stop that. That looked really good. So let's go ahead here. I'm going to put it back into 5K, 5.1K I should say. And let's just start recording. And let's just go for a quick flight up the river. Put it back into sport mode. The faster you're moving, any kind of delay or lag will be a little bit more prevalent. And so far that looks good. A little bit of a haze out there today. It's supposed to be hot this afternoon, so probably a lot of mugginess in the air. Yeah, and again, you can see there I'm almost at 1 kilometer away, and my controller is pointing, like I said, 90 degrees to where the drone is right now. So it's not even pointing at the drone. So the directionalism of this remote is actually quite good. We're now just over 1 kilometer. So very impressive, actually, very impressive. I'm almost downtown, and usually when I fly downtown there's a parking lot I park in, but I wasn't quite aware that I'd be able to get this far. So yeah, looks like we're getting a weak signal there now. So let's spin the drone around. And just for those who are curious, that there is Labatt Park, and it is the oldest running ballpark in North America, for any of you baseball fans. So anyways, let's head back here. Okay, so we're going to do a hyperlapse here quickly. So I'm going to do a circle one. We're going to select the bridge there. And for settings, I'm just going to do a 2-second interval, 5-second length. We'll just leave the speed slow. I'm not really filming anything interesting here. It's just more to test to see if it bogs down at all. So it looks good. And we'll hit go. So we'll just let that run through. I don't know if I'm going to do the whole thing. I just want to see, make sure everything is running properly. So we're down to 50% battery here. Just a couple more things I want to test. First, I want to do a pano, just of the downtown area there. Just going to back up a little bit more. So let's start with a 180. It's always amazing how quickly the Mavic 3 does panos. So let's go ahead here. It should be almost done there. We're at 80%. This is where it may struggle a little bit doing the processing of the pano. I think if you're using the RC Pro, it would process that a little faster. But that's not bad at all. Okay, there we are there. Let's go ahead and we'll take a look at it. There we go. Looks good. Really good. Now lastly, let's just go ahead here and we're going to check out the zoom capabilities. First, I'm just going to zoom with the regular camera. There we are, up to 3 times. Now let's go ahead and put it into 7 times there. I'm going to raise the camera there a little bit. There we go, there's 7 times. So now at this point we can zoom all the way into the 28 times. And yeah, that actually works quite good. It's nice and smooth. We can go slow or we can go fast. Yeah, not bad at all. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the performance. Performed actually a little bit better than I thought it was going to. Definitely this will be a good option for some. So I'm just going to go ahead here and land the drone, and then I'm going to go back into the studio there, and we'll talk a little bit more. So yeah, folks, that was my little performance test of the DJI RC and the DJI Mavic 3. I was quite pleasantly surprised. I kind of went into that test thinking the performance of the DJI RC would not be nearly as good as the RC Pro. Now, of course, there are a lot of benefits to going with something like the RC Pro. It is more powerful. The DJI RC only has 2 antennas built into it. The RC Pro has 4 antennas built into it. Of course, we have a brighter screen on the DJI RC Pro at 1000 nits compared to 700. You get a better quality of screen recording with the RC Pro compared to the RC, but for $309, it is an excellent choice, especially if you're a user where those features are not important. Even if you already own the RC Pro, it wouldn't be maybe a bad idea to purchase something like this to have it as a backup. It's always good, especially if you use your drone for commercial purposes for your job. It's always good to have some redundancy. Now, I know many people are hoping that the DJI RC will become compatible with something like the Air 2S or even the Mini 2. Who knows what DJI has in store? I have a feeling we will see some more compatibility. On the page for the DJI RC, they do have a little footnote saying that more drones will be coming soon, so hopefully we get that in the very near future. Now, quickly before I go here, just to be thorough, I'll show you how to bind it to the Mavic 3. It's a very simple process, but I will go over it just in case you're brand new to these drones and you're not quite sure how to do it. So to bind it, what you're going to do is power on both devices. Now, once it's fully powered up, it's just going to launch the Fly app and it's going to come to this main page here. Now, there's actually a couple different ways in which we can bind it, but I'm just going to show you the easiest. What we're going to do is hit this connection guide. From there, we're going to select the drone we want to connect to. And in this case, we're going to select the DJI Mavic 3. And at this point, it's going to search for the aircraft, but it will come up that it can't find it. As you can see there, it says unable to connect to aircraft. So what we can do is click on that. And then it gives you an option to pair it. So what we're going to do is click the pair button. You're going to hear the remote start to beep. And then what you're going to do is press and hold the power button on the Mavic 3 until it beeps. So we're just going to press and hold. And now this point, they should be talking to each other and they'll make a connection. And there we go. Well, folks, that's basically it for my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and found it had value. Give it a thumbs up if you did. It's always greatly appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And we'll see you in the next one.